So I don't have any books of poetry lying around. Hi, Diggity. But I do have a book of Greek stories, and I thought I would share a different version of Orpheus' story. It's from a book called Zeus Grants Stupid Wishes. Also, you'll note I can go straight to the page I'm looking for because I have a post-it note with an otter on it. Are you done screaming? Orpheus Rocks Hard. Seriously, this dude has all the hookups. First of all, his mom is a muse, specifically the muse of singing. Second of all, when he's like 5 years old, Apollo shows up at his house. All like, "What up, Orpheus? I am here to bang one of your mom's sisters. Do you want a lyre?" For those of you who don't know, a lyre is basically a kind of ultra harp. It's a harp thing. Pretty much how it works is, if Apollo gives you one, then you have a future in the music industry. So naturally, at some point, Orpheus just goes down to earth, starts melting face with his amazing music. Seriously, this shit is fantastic. It is so fantastic that when this dude, Jason, is getting some Argonauts together, Argonauts are dudes who go around on a boat called the Argo, he's like, "I know we are all seriously bad dudes on this ship with like muscles and stuff, but you know what we need? We need a dude with a lyre." And they get Orpheus. And then when they sail past the sirens, who sing such sexy music that any dude who hears it drowns himself trying to hit that, Orpheus proceeds to solo so hard that nobody can hear the sirens, and anyway, nobody cares because Orpheus is way better than those skanks. So obviously a dude like this is pulling down tail left and right like he's trying on costumes at the Godzilla costume warehouse, but his favorite chick is this broad named Eurydice, whose name I wouldn't know how to pronounce if it wasn't in a song that some Irish dude wrote. Anyway, I don't know that much about her, but probably she was pretty hot because, I mean, Orpheus was essentially the ultimate rock star with, like, additional rock stars taped to each of his fingers. But Eurydice is none too bright because one day when she and Orpheus are out walking, she steps on a shitload of snakes and the snakes kill her, obviously. This is what happens when you step on snakes. If only Tiresias, some dude had been around, this might never have happened. So Orpheus just sits right down and composes the ultimate emo symphony. It is so incredibly drenched in secret pain that Zeus comes down and is like, "Hey man, I cannot get these chicks in the mood with this Linkin Park shit." I cannot get these chicks in the mood with this Linkin Park shit you got going on. Play some Barry Manilow or something, jeez. But Orpheus says, "Sorry man, I am just too bummed." And Zeus says, "Okay, crybaby, why don't you just go down to Hades and get your lady back then?" And Orpheus says, "I think I will." So Orpheus goes to Hades, and he just charms the pants off Hades so hard with his lyre and his singing that Hades says, "Fine, dude, give me back my pants you just charmed off, and I will give you back your woman, but only if you pass ludicrous and arbitrary test. See, your chick's ghost will follow you all the way out of Hades, but you can't look at her until you're both in the real world, or I get her for keepsies." Make sense? And Orpheus says, "No, but okay." And he starts walking, and on the way out, he sees a bunch of demons. So he's like, "Hey, demons." And they're like, "Sup, Orpheus?" And he says, "Oh, just leading my chick out of hell." And they say, "Your chick? What chick?" And then they kind of chuckle a little bit. So this is making Orpheus nervous, like real nervous. And he really wants to look, but he knows that he can't. So at the very moment that he steps out of Hades, he turns around to see if she's there. And guess what? She is. But she is still in hell. So Orpheus fails the test and Eurydice disappears forever and he's back to square motherfucking one. This upsets him so much that he vows to only screw on... Yeah, that's what it says. Vows to only screw underage boys for the rest of his life. So he goes and he sits on a hill and he dyes his hair black and he just plays emo shit all the time. Until one day all of these followers of Bacchus show up and they're like, "Hey dude, we're having a party right here, right now. You still down with Bacchus?" And Orpheus is like, "Fuck no, I only worship the sun." And they're like, "Dude, are you sure about that? We are a bunch of hot chicks and we are about to have an orgy and only people who are down with Bacchus are invited to the orgy." And Orpheus says, "Hell no, I only have sex with people's sons." And the chicks are like, "Well, okay, if you say so." And then they tear off his skin, and there's No way to make that funny. Do bad things to his corpse. And chuck it into a river along with his lyre, which he is inexplicably still able to play, and he just floats off down the river, making awesome music forever. And so the moral of the story is, unless you can play your instrument with your head ripped off and your arms and your skin missing, you are not a real musician.